Hi everyone. This is Joe Ratanapom. I just want to think this is day 14 and 15 since I invest in Bitcoin and then lend my Bitcoin to BitConnect where they can go and trade Bitcoin on my behalf and for a stated amount of time, and then I get daily interest and then get my principal and interest back at a stated time. So in order to do this investment, one has to open an account like Coinbase where you um, buy and sell Bitcoin, right? So let's see the price of Bitcoin where it is today as of now. Oh, let's start over again. All right, so the price of Bitcoin is one Bitcoin is $15,089.88. Okay, increase since last month. 1%, almost 1%. And in terms of dollars, okay, you can see the trend here over time. Price increase, decrease, increase. So Bitcoin continues to go up. So finally, one of my deposit came in. See, $1,000. Then I transfer over to GDAX, and we can go over here to GDAX. So GDAX is the platform where we want to buy the Bitcoin actually so we don't have to pay high transaction fees or no fees at all. And there's a technique to doing that. As you can see, I transfer the 1,000 over. Okay. Tomorrow I'm going to wait and see what happened to BitConnects. Okay. I think they're going to start an exchange. And if they do, then we don't have to log into Coinbase or GDAX anymore. We can go straight into the BitConnect exchange. Okay. If not, then I will purchase $1,000 of Bitcoin and then transfer it over to BitConnect. Right. So it's pretty easy. What you want to do, let's say that we want to continue in this platform, we will just go here and buy, do a limit order, right? And you can pick one of the prices here, right? So these are the sellers up here in red. These are the buyers, okay? People that want to buy Bitcoin just like myself, but I'm not ready to do that. And what you want to do is look at this candlestick here. This candlestick tells a story of when to buy, at what point to buy, and what point to sell. And down here it tells you the volume of activity, right? You need to look at a couple things together. One, the candlestick. Two, the volume. And then the moving average here. So this purple line and the red line here. This tells you a lot when to buy. As you see, anything that's below the red line, that tells you that's where when people are selling, you want to buy, right? Because price is dropping. And you see here prices start to go up. So when it gets above here, then then you have gain. So you see the trend of the green here, right? The green candlestick, it's going up. So when prices are going up, you want to sell. So basically, you want to go against the herd. So when people are buying, you want to sell. When people are selling, you want to buy. Okay? And you can look at the candlestick at 1 minute interval. Okay? That's if you're a day trader. You know, they look at the 1 to 15 minute, right? If you're a, investor, you may want to look at the 1 day, right? See the chart. Where is it moving in the 1 day, right? That's where you want to come in and buy. If you want to buy and hold for a couple weeks or a couple months, right? And you can see the trend here. The price of Bitcoin is going up, right? And it start to fall here, okay? Another thing to note is the wick here. See how the wick here on the falling? So the bears are pulling the price down, but eventually it's is closing, right? It's going to close right here. It started out on top here, and then the buyers are trying to come in, right? But they cannot overtake the sellers, right? Because if they did, then this green bar would overtake this red bar, right? So the price continues to fall. And when you see a cross here, it's when people are indecisive. They don't know what to do. This is where you want to watch, right? Move in direction, right? So eventually the buyers come in, take over, okay? And the sellers come back in, right? And see the seller are taking control here, right? They're pulling the price down, and also where it starts right here, right? And then it continues to pull it down. Here you have another indecisiveness. Even though the buyers are coming in, you see that green cross, right? People are still indecisive. It can move in either direction. So here it's pretty volatile, and then it goes back up again. And then you want to look at this tick mark, what they call a dojo here. It's going to tell you what direction it's going to move, right? When you see some volume here, really no volume, people are still indecisive. And then you see buyers start to come in, and it correlates to the volume. You see the volume here? See that? That's volume. See green mark. See how big that is? And then the price jumps up, and the volume decreases, even though it's above the previous close, right? Still not a lot of range in price activity, and the price starts to go down again, right? And here, buyers are starting to come in, right? So that's how you can look at it. That's a day chart. You can look at a 6-hour chart, right? It's all over the place. You got uptrend, downtrend, a little bit up, down, down. So these candlesticks, they tell a story along with the volume. You see the volume here, the big drop. You see that bar down here? It's a big volume, right? So you want to buy, if you want to buy here, you want to buy at the bottom. When people are selling, again, you want to buy. As the price starts to go up, you want to sell somewhere up here, right? And you can start to sell when you start to see this turn red, right? That's going to give you a signal that it's going to start to go down, right? The buyers are trying to come back in here, but it can't overpower the previous red, so it continues to, the market continues to sell, right? So if you read up on the candlestick, these wick, these little tail ends, right? It tells a story of where the market's going, and how they are placed next to each other will also tell you the direction of the market, right? And you want to mark your support level, right? So let's say your support level is somewhere here, right? So if the price falls under here, let's say you're out here, your support level is right here, right? And let's say the price over here, you don't want your price to fall under that support level. If it does, that's where you really want to sell, because it's just going to go south, right? All right. So again, you see the uptick here. That's upward swing, downward swing. This little cross here is indecisiveness. Okay. Just wait and see what the market's going to do. Don't do anything yet. See if it's going to go up or down. That's where you make your move. But actually here, you see where it's dropping here. It got down to this point here. You could buy here as it starts to move up. You sell, right? Again, you're going against the herd, right? When people are buying, you want to sell. When people are selling, here in red, you want to buy down here at the bottom, right? That's how you're going to profit, because down here is $12,480, okay? And let's say you buy at the bottom, you can either sell up here at $14,195, so that's like a $2,000 gain. Or if you think the market is moving up, because even at this point, right, it continues to move up to here, you can sell here, you can sell anywhere up here, continues to go up, you can sell up here, right? It's just a matter where you want to exit. And where you want to exit, again, you need to know how to read the candlestick here, and then you need to know how to read the volume, right? If there's a lot of volume supporting price action, you want to move with that price action, right? So you see a lot of uptick of people buying. Don't sell yet, right? Well, anyway, I recommend don't sell yet, because if you sold here, right, that's all you're getting, but you see the volume coming in here, right, pushing the price up. This is where I would want to sell, up here, if I had bought down here, right? So something to share and educate everyone on. Don't just look at the candlestick, look at the wick itself, and look at the candlestick together and see what the story is telling you, and look at the volume, right? All these bars here are telling you the volume of activity that people are buying and selling, right? And then you have your moving averages, right? You can pick, over a point of time. So when the price is below the red line here, it gives you another indication that you can buy below here, right? Because the price is down here, the low price is down here, the price is trying to move up, right? This is where you can make your gain. But when you have above here, above the red line, you don't want to buy here, right? This is where you want to sell, right? As people are buying, you want to sell, because you don't want to buy up high, right, and sell and then lose money, right? You're going to be left with the bag, so you don't want to do that. So that's the lesson for today. But so let's go over to Bitcoin. BitConnect, and let's look at. All right, let's look at my transaction and see. All right, let's see how much interest I got in the last 2 days, because I was busy the last 2 days. So you go into BitConnect, you click on transaction, you go to the lending wallet, right? And I can see, so yesterday I was meeting with some of our Team Lao Financial Freedom members, right? And I showed them how to reinvest another $10 that I got in terms of interest payout. So I had $10.12, my second $10, and so I reinvested $10 here, left with 12 cents, and then my interest on the 8th, right, for the $200 that I initially invested, and the first $10 of interest that was paid to me, I reinvest. And then the second $10 that was paid out to me in terms of interest, I reinvested. So the payout, as you can see, it tells you here in terms of percentage, what it's paying on, and then the dollar amount that it's paying. So pretty good. So let's look at today, what they would pay out tomorrow. What will it be? And then the next day. So you want to go to dashboard. When you go to dashboard, click on Lend BitConnect, right? Again, based on how much you invest, you have to leave your money with them for a certain amount of days, and then you calculate on the volatility software interest. It will show you how much interest they're paying out. So yesterday they paid out 0.46, right? So today, which I will get tomorrow, which we'll post tomorrow, they will pay out 1.29%, and then on the 10th, they're going to pay out 1.44%. So the more volatile the Bitcoin trading market is, the more interest we get, because their robot is buying and selling, right? So basically, they're using robot to trade and make the gains. So this is the less risky way to invest, I would say, because we get our money back and then we get daily interest more than what we would get in a bank. Another way that I invest is through Ripple, right? So as you can see, I have almost 192 shares of Ripple here, right? So I'm planning to wait tomorrow and see what happened to BitConnect X, If that is an exchange, and I'm